Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to meet a team of powerful but super friendly command line superheroes, and they're here to rescue you from all your text file troubles.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You're just staring at this massive, totally disorganized text file and you're thinking, how am I ever going to find what I need in here? Yeah, it can be a total nightmare. But what if I told you that you don't need some fancy, expensive software to fix this? The thing is, the solution is already on your machine. You've got this specialized team of tools just waiting for you to call them up. All right, so let's get right into it and meet these heroes. Their names are Cut, Awk, and Sed. Each one has a totally unique superpower for wrangling text. So, first up, we've got Cut. Think of this one as the precision specialist of the group. Its job is super simple, super direct. It just slices out the exact pieces of text you want. It's literally like a pair of scissors for your files. Okay, next on the team is Awk. Now this is the brains of the operation. It's incredibly smart, it reads a file line by line and can perform all sorts of complex actions, which is a huge step up in power from Cut. And rounding out our trio, we have Sed, the master of disguise. And its superpower? Well, it's all about transformation. Sed can hunt down specific words or patterns across an entire file and replace them with something totally new in an instant. Okay, let's dive a little deeper into our first hero, Cut, the slicer. Remember, just think scissors for your text. So, Cut's whole reason for being is to slice up your text based on columns. That's it. It's absolutely perfect for structured data, like CSV files, where all your information is already organized into nice, neat columns. And this shows its power perfectly. So on the left, you can see we have a simple CSV file, right? First name, last name, and job, all separated by commas. Now look to the right. That's the output after Cut has sliced out only the first column. Bam! We just get the first names. So clean, so simple. So how do we pull that off? With this one simple command. The -D part tells Cut that the delimiter, which is just a fancy word for the separator, is a comma. And the -F1 part just says, hey, I only want the first field, or column. That's all there is to it. All right, that was Cut. Now let's move on to the brains of the outfit, Awk, the one that processes your files line by line. So you know how Cut just thinks in columns? Well, Awk is way more advanced. It works by processing your file one entire line at a time. This lets it perform all sorts of actions on the content of each line as it goes through the file. Now, what's really cool here is seeing how Awk deals with text that isn't so structured. The file on the left just has a couple of simple sentences. Awk just reads each line, and as you can see in the output, it effortlessly pulls out just the first word from each one. The command, yeah, it looks a little different, but it's just as straightforward when you break it down. We're telling Awk that for every single line it finds, we want it to do an action. And that action inside the quotes, print $1, literally just means, hey, print the very first item you find on this line. Okay, time for our final hero, Sed, the transformer. Its official name is the Stream Editor, which basically means its whole job is to make changes to your text as it flows by. Okay, I'll be honest, Sed can look a little scary at first glance, but don't worry about that. For now, the most important thing is to just remember this one simple pattern for finding and replacing stuff. It always starts with an S for substitute. Then you have the word you're looking for, followed by the word you want to replace it with. And that little G at the end just means global, as in, do this for every single match you find on the line. And would you look at that? The result is amazing. On the left, we've got a file that's all about cats. We run one single Sed command, and on the right, every single instance of the word cat has been transformed into dog. It's just so powerful for making changes in bulk. And this right here, this is the exact command that made all that magic happen. You can see that pattern perfectly. Substitute S, find cat, replace it with dog, and do it globally, G. See? It's that exact pattern we just learned. So there you have it. We've met the whole team. Now let's just do a quick recap of these incredible new superpowers you've just learned about. Seriously, think of this slide as your go-to cheat sheet. When you need to extract specific columns from a file, you call on Cut. When you need to be a little smarter and pull out specific words from every line, Awk is your hero. And when you need to find and replace text across an entire file, Well, that's a job for SED. And really, that's the core of it. You now have the fundamental knowledge to tame pretty much any text file that comes your way. These 3 tools are an absolute game changer, and trust me on this, once they click for you, you're going to find yourself reaching for them all the time, like every single day.
But what if you don't need to slice or transform anything? What if you just want to know how many lines are in this file? Or how many words? Or even how many letters? Well, we're going to cover exactly that in our next explainer. See you then.